Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So we got a little portion of a clip here. Shout out to O'Shea. This is his video. So I like to give credit to the creators when I know who the creators are. But in this clip, which we're not going to go through the whole thing, but this part of the clip, 50 Cent this is like a clip of an interview that he did at some point. And within it, he finally tells why he and Vivica A. Fox didn't work out. And I'm telling you, when I say I don't miss much, I don't miss much.
This thing for me, bro, was hanging out with you telling me what you about to do next, and then everything you said you was gonna do all happened. I'm gonna have a son. Bam. I'm gonna do this movie, this production company. Bam. I'm finna do this. Right. Bam. Everything we talked about in the room, it was like, I'm like, okay. It gave me such a all right, this is how you gotta get angry.
That's exactly what my experience with what's the name was like with Vivica.
Oh, with Vivica.
She thought I was just saying this stuff like I was overzealous.
Right.
But I had really the plan, like the layout.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm saying, and then
you had the vision.
And then she went off doing stuff that because she didn't
believe it.
Like, and then it was like it felt like the court was dragging the horse.
Right.
And then I had to move away from that because it felt weird. Like it's like our publicist and stuff was telling the stuff to do.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, this is crazy. Because she's been on before me.
Okay.
She was making me feel like a little boy.
Now let's look at Vivica Fox's reason for why she said the relationship ended.
What killed the relationship was that we just went way too public, way too fast. He was the love of my life. I will admit that without any reservation.
Okay, so we heard.
So, okay. You heard all of that. Now you heard his version of why they broke up and her version of why they broke up. Both of those versions are true. Hear me out. First off, didn't I say, if you remember the various times that I have revisited the Vivica A. Fox thing with 50 Cent and why they didn't work out, I said that she was trying to son him. She was in the industry before he was. She was a little bit older than him. Instead, she was able to maybe put him on and stuff like that, maybe offer connections and help him network and things of that nature. So that was one aspect. But then she was trying to son him with it. Like, well, I'm older than you. Like, she was trying to pull rank. I'm older than you. I've been in the industry longer than you. I know more than you. You need to sit down and shut up and listen to me. When 50 is a man, it doesn't matter if hasn't been in the industry as long as you, or, you know what I'm saying, maybe he doesn't have at that time the connects or the networking that you had, or the ability to, you know what I'm saying, rub shoulders with certain people. It doesn't matter. When a man is a man, he's always a man. No matter if he's rich and famous, not rich and famous, he had a vision, and we can see that it played out to fruition, right? Because 50 Cent is not just a rapper. He's a mogul. He's a businessman, right? So rapping was just a launching pad in reality for all of the rest of the things that he did and is still doing. So he just explained in that video, listen, I had a vision. I had a whole vision. Because when the guy he was talking to said, yeah, all of the things that you said when we were talking before, it played out. And basically he was telling 50 that I was inspired by that. You know, I need to get my weight up, you know, because this guy is talking about what he's going to do. And I can hear it in his voice that he means it. He means what he's saying. But Vivica couldn't do that. She couldn't do it. She couldn't hear it. She couldn't hear the vision. She couldn't hear past her arrogance in the situation. She couldn't hear past her trying to son him and control the trajectory of the relationship. So now when she says, oh, what killed the relationship is we went way too public, way too fast. That's actually true. But what she's leaving out is the context of that. What she's not saying is he told her how to move in this relationship. We don't need to go public. We need to do it this way. We need to do it that way, step by step. But she moved in front of him. She was making moves that he didn't approve of. It's like we had this discussion. So why did you go and make that move? Right? When I already told you how this should go and how I wanted this stuff to go and the reason why I wanted things to go a particular way. You jumped the gun, and she probably consistently did that. Jump the gun here and there. You know what I'm saying? Well, I told you, no, don't tell that. Oh, well, I was just trying to help you. You know, always was an excuse as to why she couldn't follow the leadership. Okay? She couldn't follow the leadership. She liked that he had that masculinity and that leadership ability in him, but the hyena in her wouldn't let her follow it. She still had to try to be above him or have some type of leverage in a relationship. So her making their relationship public sooner than he wanted to was her trying to like lock him down in the public view. Oh, well, that's Vivica's man, which really all that did was prove to him that you couldn't follow simple conversation, simple direction, simple, instruction. Like you couldn't follow that. We had this talk. We had this discussion. You still went and did what you wanted to do rather than do what we had planned to do. And she, like I said, she probably did that several times. And each time she did it was just a checkbox on how he wasn't going to be able to continue on with her. And people kind of gave me a little pushback when I said at one point that Vivica would have been the woman that he married. Had Vivica done what he thought she would have done, which was help him and support him as he moved through the industry, used her knowledge of it, her connections, her networks to assist him and support him, and also be more mature in the relationship in terms of being able to follow leadership. She was a little bit older, so he was trying to find the maturity that he couldn't find maybe in younger women. And she failed the test. She failed it. She fumbled him badly. And he just wrote it off after that. Like, forget it. I'll be with women, but I'm not going to get married. I'm not going to, because these chicks don't listen. And I know I'm the kind of man that a chick should be listening to. So if you're not going to listen, then I don't need to lock you down. I'll just move through these chicks at will. I'll have a chick with me for a minute, like he was with Cuban Link for a minute. Young, beautiful. Okay. And after that dissolved, it was done. And he wasn't worried about it no more. To the point where in recent interviews, he said he has no point to get married. See, that was the point. The point of his life and career that he was at when he was with Vivica, that was the point that a woman who knew what to do, a lioness could have married him. And they'd still be married today. But no lioness I guess it wasn't none around or whatever, because Vivica wasn't it. Now in retrospect, because hindsight is usually 2020, now it's like, oh, I should have done. She'll never publicly say how she should have corrected herself and the things that she didn't do properly. She'll never say that publicly, right? Because when asked about it, that was her answer. Oh, we went too public too fast, as if those external things had anything to do with the internal working and dynamic of their relationship. 50 don't even seem like the type of dude that would allow some external situation to dictate how he's going to handle a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't seem like that type of person. 50 has, if he's proven nothing else, he's proven that he kind of gonna move how he want to move, whether people like it or not, and whether the public opinion is positive or negative about it, right? So she was unable to self-correct in a manner that would have allowed their relationship to be healthy and good and fruitful and long-lasting. She could not do it, even though she saw in him the type of man, because the 50 Cent today is the man she wants today. That's the whole thing. Like, that's the get you gotcha. The 50 Cent that he is today is the man she wants today. And this is why no matter when you ask her about 50, she ain't never gonna say nothing bad, because she still love him. She said it. I would spin the block in a heartbeat. I just bet you would, because he's that guy. But you knew that then, but you could not allow your pride. She was too prideful and too arrogant to submit to it and say, no, this is the guy that I want. I hear his vision. I know he's got it in him to achieve the things that he says that he wants to achieve. So this is not just a guy talking out the side of his neck. It's not like she met some bum out of the New York slums. He was already on an upward trajectory. That's why she was with him. You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't like he was some unknown dude. He 50 Cent. He was 50 Cent then. But he wasn't the mogul then. He wasn't the businessman then. He wasn't the super wealthy 50 Cent then, right? So she's still thinking she got, a Pookie rapper out the hood. That's who she still thinks she's got at that time. That's who she thought she had. She failed to understand the kind of, just because that was where he was from, that wasn't where he was going. And she failed to submit to it. I'm not even going to say she failed to recognize it. She didn't believe it. She half believed in him. It was like, yeah, but not really. And that's how you fumble people. That's how you fumble people. You fumble them when you don't believe what they say, but they showing you that they mean what they say. And you can see the light in them people. But you, because you don't want to, whatever your problem is, you can't get on board, and you got to try to sabotage or fumble them people. And then you mess around, you look around, and those people did exactly what you feared that they would do. And now you feel like, man, I missed the boat. Yeah, you did. You did. You did, actually. You missed it bad. You missed it bad. Too late now, because at this point, 50 doesn't want to be married, but he could be today if he wanted to. If he wanted to find a woman that he thought was worthy of that, he could do it now. Vivica's the one that can't do it. And it's a sad case, but I don't feel sorry. You fumbled him when you had him. You had him, and then you didn't. You had him until you didn't. You had him until you couldn't listen. Had him until you couldn't submit. Had him until you thought you were too big for him, too good for him, that you were above him somehow. Oh, well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host of The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.